This was announced by the Hall of Fame today. I don't want, if you don't follow this, the minutia, I won't bore you with it, but there was a number of different eras. They were trying to get representation from all eras, but the strongest era is the most recent era. So they're trying to make amends to that and try to, get up to speed on that. So now there's an era with contemporary baseball, that's 1980 to the present day. Then there's still a classic baseball era, pre-1980. Also, there's contemporary baseball era is going to be split between players only, and then the other ballot, managers, executives, and umpires, they will get their own shot in a given year. And then effective January 2023, this goes into play right away from the board of directors. Eligible players must have been retired for 16 or more seasons. So that the talent pool, guys, I've mentioned this on MLB Now a lot, the talent pool from 1980 to the present day is just stacked. It's that the best players are there. Sure, you can go back and look at, Ali Reynolds, and there's some players, and Dick Allen certainly is a strong candidate. It could be a few. But take a look at the players that could be on this ballot. Now, they have to have a screening committee. You have to have a screening ballot to get on. But all those guys that came from the writer's ballot, Bonds, Clemens, Schilling, Sosa, can go right there. Then you've got Albert Bell, Joe Carter, Will Clark, Oral Hershiser, Don Mattingly, right? Dale Murphy as well, Kenny Lofton, Mark McGwire. He's already gotten some consideration as well as a different sort of case. Fred McGriff is a strong candidate as well. So I don't know. That's jam-packed. Here's the other wrinkle. Mark, maybe you could explain the difference here. Now, same number of people on the committee, correct?
16.
But they don't get 4 votes. You could vote for 4. Now you get 3.
Correct.
Does that dramatically change things?
Well, it only dramatically changes things because you still need 75%. So you need 12 votes out of that 16-person panel. And if they only get 3 votes per person, well, you've knocked out 16 potential votes that are out there. So it will be difficult. Look, getting into the Hall of Fame is difficult. What this mainly does by splitting up the players only versus the managers, executives, is you won't see George Steinbrenner on the same ballot as the players who are trying to get in. You won't see other executives or, we saw guys like Joe Torre and, some of these other managers, and La Russa, guys who got in on this ballot as well. You've got some pretty strong cases here. Guys like Bruce Bochy, Jim Leland, a couple umpires who have recently retired. So these guys will be separate from the players, which should at least theoretically help all of their cases as not being lumped in together. But I still wonder whether or not Bonds, Clemens are ever going to get in, because 75% with guys who are this controversial, it's just are
the committee members voting the same grouping of committee members?
No, it's always changing.
Always changing. How often does that change?
Oh, every committee.
Every committee.
Every committee, you get a different group, and that is largely like if you're thinking for the type of person that is normally on the committee. I have a feeling Bonds, Clemens are not getting around, because a lot of them are older executives, retired executives, maybe a historian. In the past, Tom Verducci has been on that. Jason Stark has been on that committee.
Spink Award types.
So, and then, other times I've seen Tony La Russa is on the committee. We've seen some anomalous picks in recent years. So it depends on who makes that case. But yeah, we've seen that last year. This coming up to this year, there'll be 6 coming in from the Veterans Committee. I don't know if you want 6, but you don't want 0 either. That's the other part. And sometimes we got some zeros as well. So I think they're trying to find the right balance here.
Yeah, there's certainly been some years where the winter meetings waiting for that announcement. And the announcement is there are no electees this year. I think the more people who go into the Hall of Fame, I know some people say, it gets watered down. There's too many. Some people on that list deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And I would like, it would be nice to see them get their due after not getting in on the writer's ballot.